The basic login allows the operator to work within the Quick Editor and to create programs from the Quick New Program Generator. It does not allow the operator to work in text. It creates programs utilizing the smart removal method for removing the part from the mold and only allows for placing parts. To do this, the operator can enter the Quick New Interview by selecting the Create tab from the home page. When doing this, the page opens up to the interview process, and the first option is for placing the part general information. The number of placing positions can be inputted from 1 to 16, meaning that up to 16 part locations can be generated, and the parts will be dropped sequentially before returning to the mold for the next set of parts. In our example, we will input for 2 placing locations. So you select the input box and at the keypad, enter the number of place locations required. Select Enter. The upper portion of the interview page will have an animation. If this is not desired, you can simply select the Details arrow and remove the animation and just have the interview page without any of the smaller print hints. If you want those hints plus the animation, select the Details arrow down. The animation will reappear, and you will also have smaller print hints as to what this determines. In our case, the next interview question is what equipment should the parts be held with? We can select vacuums only, grippers only, and when you select this, the animation changes the image to grippers, or vacuum and gripper, and the animation depicts this. In our example, we'll choose vacuum only. When selecting either vacuum or gripper, or both, then the question to follow will be whether the part should be monitored, so we will alarm out if the part is lost or left in the mold or dropped on the way to the place location. To answer the question, select the appropriate radio button, select it, and enter. This concludes the first page of the interview for the general placing information. Select the next tab to proceed to the information required for placing position 1. And here we can choose which equipment will be holding the parts and to release at position 1. Select the Configure tab, and from the equipment list, select the appropriate vacuums to be inserted, or grippers if grippers were selected. More than one vacuum can be used at each part location, so select the second vacuum required and insert that into the handling group that will be releasing parts at location 1. Select Close to fill the handling group out. Proceed with the interview. The Wait for Conveyor Belt is asking should the conveyor be stopped prior to the robot placing the part. Select the appropriate answer, yes or no, with the selection of the radio button. The final question on the interview page for placing position 1 is should the conveyor index after the parts have been placed, meaning that once position 1 parts have been released, should the conveyor index for a specific amount of time prior to allowing it to stop once again and place the next position. Select the Next tab to proceed to give the information for placing position 2. The same information as placing position 1 is required. Select the Configure tab and choose from the vacuum list which vacuums are to be inserted into the handling group. Close and proceed with the interview as to how the conveyor belt should react as it did on position 1, or if there's a change, to make a change using the appropriate radio button. Select the Next tab, and the interview process has been completed. Prior to creation, if required, you can put a comment that will appear whenever this program is opened in the future. Items such as the job number can be used, mold open size, ejector stroke, whatever information you feel should be shown whenever this program is opened in the future. Select Create, and the program will bring you to the quick editor to be able to input the positions, the timers, and the speeds. Please view the video Basic Quick Edit Parameter Inputs to understand the quick editor editing procedure.